이렇게까지 안 보인다고? 야, 아무것도 안 보여. 손전등이 이게 의미가 있냐? 야! 가자! 씨발, 아무것도 안 보이는데?
Yes.
아, 뭐야, 저리 지금 탭 계속 누르고 있는 거야 지금. 아, 저 끝에 뭐 있다.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave muse. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
이게 나라고? 나보다 잘생겼는데? 그림을
These
살펴본다.
lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to
귀쟁이
be different
종족들은
types
다양한
of
종류의
welkins.
웰킨
You may
종족인 것
count
같다.
autumnal candle welkins, casting, wax-baked translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin.
가자! 아유, 지금 기다려봐요. 가자! 뭐 하는 건데? 와. 일로 와, 새끼야. 호랑이는
One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira.
바라 하미라.
His face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist.
아니,
The
씨발.
note says all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tuareg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them purged.
탈모?
Imagine a world filled only
이거
with
완전
Welkin,
탈모 아니냐,
Green
탈모?
Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
아, 이게 원래 초기 기획작이라고?
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
저들 중 하나는 웰킨 우월주의자야.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just... This looks like concept art for a project. It's not... Just look at those details. Summit.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see, entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow.
자, 아, 사실 도대체 뭘 원하는 거야, 이 새끼야. 왜 이렇게 돌아다녀? 좋아.
Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog.
야, 내 관심 원하는 거면 나한테 달라붙어가지고
From our own world.
뭐냐 계속 쳐다보는데 지금은 그냥 미친놈같이 뛰어다님.
A pinned postcard reads, This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, minimi, stands for a
미니미.
meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work. As time goes on, the
뭔 말인지
numbers
하나도
of
모르겠다.
boxes
큰일 났다,
grow
씨발.
rarer and rarer. The board
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalk. The handwriting is only partly legible. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned.
The machine lights
이게 켠다.
up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its
아, 컴퓨터구나.
revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. It's empty.
This is where the memory should go.
기억은 뭐냐? 기억 장치를 찾아야 된다 이거지? 근데 큰일 났다. 이거 씨발 아무것도 안 보이는데? 원래 이렇게 아예 안 보인다고? 아 그래 여기 바닥이 보여야지. 씨발 아까 버그였나봐. 오른손 깨보라고? 지금 또 왜 안 보여? 큰일 났다 씨발. 오른손 깨보라고? 원래 안 보이는가 봐. 이건 말도 안 돼. 이렇게 안 보이면은.
Yes?
돈이다. 어떻게 먹었지?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eye. This must be where the entity lives. What an odd thing to do. Still nothing. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm. Yeah.
아니 녹화하다가 뒤지는 건 뭐야 씨발. 아 씨발 아무것도 안 보이니까 미치겠다 그냥. 아 미친 거 같아. 안 보여. 안 보여. 이 손전등이 왜 있어 씨발 이러면은. 아 껐다 한번 켜볼까? 껐다 한번 켜보자. 말도 안 돼. 이렇게 안 보이면 뭐 아무것도 못하겠는데? 뭘 보여야 게임을 하지 씨발. 나 시킨 김에 그거나 듣고 가자.
In the great city, at the end of the world, there's a dead body behind the hostel cafeteria.
게임인데 엄청 막 지금까지는 아직까지는 막 엄청 막 게임 지루해서 못해먹겠다 이런 거 아직 없는데? 아 그래 이래야지. 말도 안 돼 씨발. 아니 그래 이래야지 병신. 난 스토리에 몰입하는 건 좋아해. 이거 이제 쭉쭉 다 넘겨야겠다.
Your flashlight. Some of these live translucent. You should adopt one of the Welkins. It's the hull door, the Twarg, the humans, and
An inordinate amount of time. Some people really like. This looks like. Just look at those.
the photo col. Entire. You see primitive, albeit dark and cold. A pinned postcard reads, "This is a mini-me." Stands for a As time goes,
Looks like they didn't make it.
a note in the handwriting.
오케이, 경험치. 껐다 키니까 되는 것 같아.
This old fireplace.
그래,
is
이게 다
covered in
보여야지,
lines drawn
씨발.
in blue, and the whole thing resembles Kdraan mosaic history classes. Students with their radio frequencies. It's unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system. You think so? The web is comprised of radio
게임
stations.
마스터 주파수.
All lead back to someone very the leader of a massive on-air game, a conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the game master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, there's no way a little basement studio working here.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious the schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
회사의 자금이 부족해지고 있습니다.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble.
넌 아까 안 켜졌고, 우리 혹시 누르고 가자.
This appears to be some.
The radio computer. We have one of these.
The machine lights. It's empty.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens. Nothing.
왜? 왜 임마?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer?
누가 게임으로 위장한 방첩 프로그램을 한 보이는 것 같은데.
No, that's not it. It looks like one of those popular.
이게 유명한 TFPG 게임과 비슷해 보입니다.
Only these people were trying to.
아니 이거 씨발 뭐야 이거 이태그야? 이게 그럼 롤플레잉 게임이라는 것인가?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately.
아 이거
This
그건
game's
것 같은데
too
이거
good to
씨발
be
이거
left unfinished.
제작자 제발 누구라도 나한테 몇백만 달러라도 즉시 입금해줬으면 좋겠군. 이 게임을 위안성으로 놔두기엔 너무 아까워. 후원해줘. 응해. 후원해줘.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physical. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games,
not in Revachol West.
but I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. No idea. They stopped feeling. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
멘탈 깨진 게 너라는 게 정설이라고? 우리 돈 좀 없나? 게임 스케일을 좀 더 키우고 완성할 수 있도록 이 사람들에게 자본을 대주자고.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
잠깐만 그러면 여기 게임 스튜디오 대신에 그거 그 체육관 썼던 거구나.
Okay, let's keep moving.
이 양반들 이런 식으로 전작 게임은 없고 소설만 있다고요? 뛰어라. 차고에서 개발한 게임.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotorblades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit.
아, 레딧 이걸
and
한창
then
웃었다고?
pivoted. That's a good question. Reality is
제작 일정 필라멘트 기억 장치? 오, 저도 넣으면 되겠다. 가자. 아우 저 개새끼.
Tiles on the cube like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The static gets louder.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
당신 뭐 기계입니까? 살아있긴 한 거죠.
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
할머니를 이 상자에
Now,
넣은 것인가?
repeat. Is this the production schedule?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
야! 아, 새끼. 그 씨발 스크래치 있어도 씨발 개새끼가 벽 긁으려고 지랄이여 저거.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has one moment. Fortress Accident SCR
인터랙티브 라디오 게임을 제작합니다라고 카탈로그에 적혀 있다.
That's not bad.
오, 그건 또 뭐예요? 참여형 인터랙티브 라디오 게임?
Other questions?
시작 일정이
The
뭔가요?
filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes.
카탈로그
That's
갱신이요?
the
그게 뭐야?
production schedule. Good.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for a repeater station.
I am contractually obliged to
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat? Still no. Received.
Don't worry.
Fortress Accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the
Thank
keyboard.
you.
Nothing happens.
일본을 찾아라. 회사가 망했다. 이쪽에 3명이 남아있다고? 오케이. 어딘지 알겠어. 일본어? 일본어? 나 아까 그 호텔 빚이 10원이었어? 100원이었어? 백원 100원이었다고? 좆됐다 씨. 이제 7원 모았는데 뭔 지랄이냐 이게. 아니 뭐 이런 데가 다 있냐. 마그네슘. 아니 마그네슘 말고 나 좀 체력 좀.
You see a terrifying iceberg
냉장고다.
with a strange compartment. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
뭐라는데?
You see the bear looks oddly realistic. Is it a gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you? The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand
이제 김
is
이건
found.
냉장고잖아.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name. Revachol, you pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper.
Good question. It looks like.
잠시만요. 아, 저 개새끼 잠깐 또 베란다에 내놔야겠다. 개새끼 그냥.
I know. What an unfortunate... What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this...
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it. A thick layer of coal. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading, yeah. There's no shame. A thick layer of coal, a lush layer of coal now covers your skin. Sink.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of time.
Hello? Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the
You hear a low rumble upstairs.
After you, officer.
The note is written with a...
Does it say anything interesting?
마이크 꺼져 있었네? 아까 고양이 데리고 다닌다고 한 방 했음. 마이크 꺼져 있는 줄 몰랐어.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civil...
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch... I don't know. I assume it's somewhere...
아이스크림 제조기? 아이스크림 제조기다. 오!
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs.
호총을 조사한다.
Around. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But what?
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its
이런
own
거
way.
스톤인 게 뭘 의미할까?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable. Still,
He likes this find.
seems like an old bird.
A few bricks have fallen.
총? 오! 아, 내 손에 들고 있는 게 뭔지 보이나? 아, 안 되네. 아니, 킴 비켜봐! 아, 체력. 드디어.
Two cables are plugged into the...
여봐. 함부로 하면 안 돼. 오! 전위적 패션. 전위적 패션. Oh yeah.
Two cables are plugged into the something close.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises it somewhere. A machine hums along. An electric sizzle. The room is somewhere. An electric sizzle. Something close to.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his somewhere. A machine hums.
딱히 모르겠고. 뭐야? 대가리 위에 뭐야? 대가리 위에 뭐야? 아니 이거 왜 안 눌러져? 자실 창문이라고? 아이스크림 제조기 불 켜는 거라고?
Two cables. An electric something close to you dies.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. The ice squeaks beneath the you see the pry bar.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not I have no idea, officer.
Sooner or later, you This orange machine is dead still. You slip your fingers under the frozen. If you want to try again, turning the crank. The bear's eyes are
전선 다 뽑아야 되나?
a thick layer of coal dust cut.
미친 소리 하지 마라.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand cranked. Turning the crank feels odd. Turning the crank.
약간 죽은데? 좀 이따 가보지 뭐. 뭐야? 문이 여기 연결돼 있네?
East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the Doomcom, an off-key man.
Who knows? Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer, but the doorbell is broken and the...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. Silence. No one answered. All you hear is static. But you ring the... What an ominous name for a hair salon. You ring the doorbell.
아무도 대답이 안 되네.
For a looks like someone has melted half the plastic off. This button.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not good.
Silence. Nothing happened. Silence. No one's. You hear static from the intercom speaker.
여보세요? 거기 누구 있나요?
Yes, hello. This is Tracy. Have you...
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. The lieutenant
It's you. My God. hear your voice.
It's a woman. And she knows. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along.
그래 나야. 내가 다시 왔어. 네 단소로 기어들어왔지.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind.
A spot of static override.
It's so nice to be able
무엇을
to
인다는
find
거죠?
She sounds like she's about to cry.
세상에 울지 마요.
She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves.
무슨 일이 일어난 거지?
Another seagull passes.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this.
씨발!
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box. An old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial period.
No,
에이
hold
씨발.
on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions.
나 불러오기 한다. 난 이런 거 궁금해서 못 참아.
An old East Delta Commerce Center.
28%만
This must be the
할만한데?
name of the doomed commercial period.
No,
에라이 씨팔로마.
hold on.
28%는 뭐냐 할만한데? 이런 거 궁금해서 못 지나가나 이런 건.
An old East Delta Commerce Center.
하!
This must be the
No,
이제 성공한다. 이제 확률적으로 이제 성공하게 돼 있음. 이 확률적으로 이제 성공하게 돼 있음. 이제 됨.
An old East Delta Commerce Center. This must
no,
아, 씨발. 확률 빨리 공개해라. 씨발 말도 안 된다 이거.
East Delta Commerce Center. This
no,
아니 씨발 뭐야? 28%가 이 정도라고?
an old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial period.
no,
네? 왜 안 되는 거죠?
Old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be
이제
the
된다.
doomed commercial period.
no,
뭐야? 아, 이 도박 게임 아니라고 씨발 왜 안 되는 거야? 아, 씨발 진짜 개 같은 게임이.
An old East Delta Commerce Center. This
whatever she
어,
says,
됐다.
it can't hurt you. All right, maybe not healthier.
there's a light buzz.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance your.
It's my
Wait, is she?
어?
Michelle. Just why?
Is this
녹음기인가?
a joke? The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing.
Ever since I came to, as if my mind's been wiped clean.
And then it hits you.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her sound melts
왜 내
into the
잘못인 것처럼
static
느껴지지?
from a long-distance phone call. From
This is where you hung up the call the last time.
a phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall.
무언가
Then
정광스럽고
a
절대적인
female voice
목소리라고?
speaks out. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows.
소름.
Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways.
상가 조조 이제 해야지. 아직 안 끝났어.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude? Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost...
That is true.
아 씨발 돌아서 가야 되나? 아, 아니구나. 어. 이 냉장고 못 끄냐 이거? 아, 그 아이스크림 제조기 그거 어떻게 열지? 다른 도구가 있어야 되나? 오, 뭐야? 문 열려 있다. 헬로? 어? 헬로?
Hello, I'm Nia.
네.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
남보에 팔 수 있다고?
So what kind of dye are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting.
창문은 두드린 적이 없어요.
So, then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
무조건 이기는 다이스 666666 모든 6면체가 다 6인 다이스 좀 만들어주셈.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
전 롤플레잉 게임을 좋아하고 주사위가 필요하니까요.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want to take a look around and see if there's...
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't...
어쩌다 주사위 제작자가 된 거죠?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some
롤플레잉 게임을 좋아하십니까?
cobalt. That's not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
주사위를 사고
Of
싶습니다.
course. Tell me what you have in mind.
뭐지? 훈련한 위러를 아십니까? 거기 쓰는 주사위가 필요해요. 주사위, 저주받는 주사위. 가장 특별한 주사위. 가장 특별한 주사위.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about
Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compasses from
10 real and I can get these ready in 8 hours?
Okay.
Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else? Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard.
아무나
You're
듣거나
saying
본 적이
you didn't
없으니까.
see or hear.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the... Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids.
She's heard of the murder, but did
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
그럼 일하다가 지장문에 내본 적도 없단 말인가요?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is...
it's light here, but dark.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside.
일요일에는 보통
Besides,
일을 하십니까?
It's an odd profession. Making that...
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
우린 지금 어디 있는 거죠?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build
지금 안 당했냐고? 생각보다 재밌는데?
Creative.
이 장소 저주받았다 들은 적 있습니다. 여기가 저주받는 상업지가 들린다는 거 알고 계십니까?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
요새 세상에는 무슨 일이 일어났던 거죠?
It's just capitalism. We only
Capitalism.
hear bad tales of
Ah,
success.
capitalism,
It's
okay.
always surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow?
사실 장사가 잘 안 돼요. 손님이 거의 없어서 서점이 운영하려면 딸까지 동원해야 합니다.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time.
사람마다 취향이 있습니다. 어떤 사람은 라비리비가 같은 이제 피지컬 게임이 맞는 사람이 있으면은 나는 이제 이런 나 같은 사람은 이런 거 괜찮게 보는 사람도 있고. 소설 읽는 느낌보다는 그냥 몰라, 내 소설 읽는 느낌보다는 별로 그런 느낌 별로 안 드는데? 소설이 좀 다른데 좀. 나는 그리고 TRPG도 실제로 옛날에 대학 동기들이랑 많이 플레이했기 때문에 이런 거 그냥 그래요.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
당신의 능력과 일에 대한 헌신 덕분이죠. 저주는 당신 같은 일을 하면 이기지 못하니까요. 소위 말하는 저주는 앞뒤가 맞지 않는다는 걸 인정해야겠네요.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
뭐
Exactly. Truth is always so, but I'm glad we got this sorted out.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and
아,
truthful
되겠냐
as far
이게?
as we can see.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw...
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things.
They certainly took their work very seriously. Even
스케줄에
if they seem to
있어
be
자유주의적이라고?
chronically liberal
알면
with
날짜를
their
못 지켰다는 거 아니야?
schedules. The usual. They ran out of money and
원선 다
couldn't get the
떨어졌고 프로젝트 시간에 못 맞춰서
done.
끝냈다고.
Well, I did hear
Okay.
them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something true.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game. Anything else?
여기에 미용실이었습니까?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
저는 단순한 사람이라 말이죠. 헤어스타일에 딱히 관심이 없습니다.
me neither. I just wanted off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project.
약의 범죄에 빠진 아이들을 선도하기 위한 지역사회 프로젝트.
Away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard it didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse.
You should have known it.
어! 샌드백에. 오케이.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the
논리가
coalition
이겼다.
took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group
스나프 밀리오? 스나프?
snuff meat.
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my... It's a Sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts
끔찍하네.
true murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes.
살인
in her
중개고?
tone as she says that. As if it's just... What does she mean to get off on it?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist?
그냥
Well,
약쟁이였어요.
mostly just did
But what drugs exactly?
무슨 약쟁인지 어떤 약인지 확실히 알 필요가 있습니다.
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals.
아!
I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually,
방광에 문제가 생겼다고?
his bladder. The smell was awful.
전리성 문제 힘듭니다.
Even you can probably do better than that.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten
곤충
the
관리
name.
운동가? 진짜 별 병신
They
같은
were pretty
새끼들이 다
well for
있다
a
진짜.
couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
암세포도 살아 있으니까 그지? 아 콧머리야.
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on.
하지만 곤충은 뇌나 감정 같은 게 없지 않습니까?
Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're...
As she shifts around, you notice several.
아니 이
dead
새끼들
flies on the
조끼한테
ceiling.
진짜 한 일주일 동안 고생해 봐야지 이런 병신 같은 운동을 안 하지. 조끼한테 진짜 개 당해봐야지 진짜.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making road... Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri. Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in...
They were just props. Why return them?
Oh boy, the fabled Revoshow ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about...
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
네, 다른 아이디어는 뭐였습니까?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could...
Sounds like she really doesn't know how to be a female ally.
Huh?
Fritta does the same thing.
저도 그런 아이들 알고 있습니다. 그 얘기는 프리트에서 카운터를 보죠. 별로 친한 건 아니지만.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, and they already had the bear.
봄은 어땠습니까?
The bear.
네.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters
안에
worse,
있던 아이스크림
the fish
절반 중
didn't work
형타가
too well
변하고
either.
녹아내렸다고?
Malformed, then partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000.
캐피탈리즘이 제일 할 일을 한 것뿐이죠.
Sundays for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
제가 그 곰을 죽였습니다. 곰의 플럭을 뽑았다.
You did what?
냉장고 플러그 뽑아버렸습니다. 레바쇼 얼음 도중에 손해를 줄여주기 위해서죠.
Of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the berries cost him the money. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on
메가테리돈?
decibels.
메가테리온?
He called it Megatherium.
마그테리돈?
Sounds cool.
메가테리온?
Megatherium.
메가테리온.
Mega beast. It's an imaginary beast by telling you to do more drugs.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where
사실
the streets
저도
are
약을
paved
합니다.
with drugs.
흥각의 야수를 본 적도 있습니다.
Do you? Well, good luck keeping it under control. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. Anything else? Another Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including...
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
슬립스트립 SCA의 기업 호출했을 때 이상한 일이 나왔습니다. 누군가 대답했어요.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA?
자신을 트리센티니얼 전자 사람이라 했습니다.
Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company.
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress.
아니요, 뭔가 달랐어요. 뭔가 으스했죠.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No.
그럼 이름 없는 초인종이 당신의 초인종이란 건가요?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
사실 슬립스트리의 정체는 녹음일지도 몰라요.
Why would Slipstream SCA have 100? I'm still convinced it would.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient. My advice: don't base your.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
핀볼이 최악이라고? 아니 씨발 윈도우 XP 스페이스 핀볼 존나 꿀잼인데 뭔 개소리지 이 새끼들? 진짜 이 깨말못 새끼들.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the
이 게임에 연애가 있다고?
Commerce Center project.
아니 이
If
새끼들.
the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom.
Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work. Sure, I'm good. I hope it clarified things a bit. I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye.
어디서 빛이 내려오는 거지? 연애 상대가 키마 있냐고?
From a distant sunset,
아니었으면
a
좋겠다.
stage light.
맨 처음에 나오는 그 금발 역해가 목소리가 매력적이던데.
It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights.
이거 완전 나네. 내 안에 요즘 슈퍼스타를 열심히 키우고 있거든.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salem Rocky Bayi, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world.
액션!
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you.
오케이. 일종의 슈퍼스타. 논리 마이너스 2. 그럼 나 지금 빡대가리 되는 거 아니야 이거? 잠시 동안 디버프라고? 에이.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You
되겠냐
feel
이게
nothing.
씨발.
If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Officer,
내만의 특별한 기술이죠.
And what technique is that?
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior.
Officer, this is
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shit.
the air pressure to...
This is not going very well.
Can you please employ this special technique?
야, 3포 진짜 나 20 몇 포도 한 10번 5번인가 넘게 눌렀는데 씨발 3포 이게 되겠냐 이게? 딱 5번만 박아본다. 딱 5번. 5번만 박아본다.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing.
이제 뜬다. 아까 액땜 다 했어. 아까 17포로 액땜 다 했어. 이제 뜸 이제.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing.
Oh, it's you again. Are you...
You feel nothing.
두 번에 뜬다. 지금까지 퍼센트 다 합치면 100% 넘었음. 이제 뜸 이제.
Oh, it's you again.
You feel nothing.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for...
You feel.
나중에 올게요. 나중에 올게요. 근데 이게 해결된 거야 그러면은? 그 뭐냐 그 저중가 머신이가 해결된 거야? 설마 그 아까 냉장고가 해결이라고? 아까 냉장고가 해결이라고? 씨발 진짜? 이 비밀번호 도대체 뭔데 그러면은?
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides like a smooth draw. The speaker.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password. Still no. Received.
Don't.
냉장고 따면 나온다고?
Thank you.
Tiles on the.
냉장고 어떻게 따지? 빠루로 안 되던데 그것도 3포던데 좆됐다 그냥. 저는 박아놓으면 알아 열린다고? 저는 받고 다시 열어야겠다. 빼야겠다.
Both cable. Somewhere. This orange machine is buzzing like an old sub.
시간 보정 받아야 된다고?
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one
빨간 선만
leads
뽑으면
to
되잖아.
an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
아닌가? 둘 다 뽑아야지 해결인가? 아유 나 아파 씨. 둘 다 누르고
Only the black cable
다
is
뽑고.
plugged into the breaker box. Something close.
why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say.
일단 얘기하고. 근데 아까 그 비밀번호 줬도 아닐 것 같은데. 헬로. 보이드 워커가 왔다. 보이드 워커가 돌아왔다. 보이드 워커? 보이드 워커는 뭔데?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting
암흑의
now.
석관 안에는
Yes, yes.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
이 서점의 생기를 흡수하는 망해버린 사업장의 납골당이었습니다.
I knew it. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the
부인이 많은 존재와 말해봤습니다.
a novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
아니요 부인, 그녀의 기운을 느껴봤는데 이 저주는 그녀가 원인이 아니었습니다.
I don't understand. If it's not
The narrative she's built herself. Just don't say you don't have any. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
씨발 이거 사실대로 말하면은 안 믿을 것 같은데. 아니야 이러면은 이 할망구는 또 엉뚱한 거에 꽂혀가지고 이거는 저 꼬맹이가 고생한다.
wait, what? The entire economic system is cursed?
세계 혁명만이 이 사태를 해결할 수 있을 겁니다.
이거 이 씨발 이번은 파시스트잖아 씨발.
이 현사계 사회 체제에선 이민 노동자 새끼들을 싹 다 몰아내야 돼. Great War. Build Great War.
양. 안 되겠다. 미안하다. 혼돈에 익숙해지십시오.
Precarious world? Economy? I understand what's going on here. You win. It's okay. You don't have. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
잠시만요. 아 저 개새끼 와. 켜! 화학거리지 말고 꺼져 저리. 베란다에서 밥통 열다가 밥통 엎을 뻔했어 개새끼.
Wow. Total psych. There was never any other way.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
아 이러면 안 되는데? 이러면은 내가 아니 나 이거 스토리가 이렇게 가는 거 별로 안 좋아. 경험치는 중요한 게 아니야. 스토리가 이게 이렇게 되면은 이게 아니야. 이거 아니야. 좀 아쉽게 끝났어. 너무. 다른 스토리를 원했는데 이런 스토리 나온 걸 원한 게 아니야.
You're alive and well. Yes, yes.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to.
But what else did you find? Did anything? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it. I don't understand. If it,
The narrative she just don't. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
아 씨발 구라 쳐야 돼? 아 진짜 구라 그래. 오케이 구라.
oh, how horrid! Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
번쩍이던 디스코 광채로 그 저주를 몰아내었습니다. 기욤 르 밀리온의 혼을 불러냈습니다. 고대에서 내려온 세메닌 저주 해제 의식을 진행했습니다. 이제 상업지구에 걸려있는 저주라고 넣었습니다. 무드 의식으로 사람을 불러냈다. 영혼을 불러냈다.
Guillaume le Million, the singer who made that. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore.
She so badly wants this to be over.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our...
Okay, but please, only a few questions. Yes, the simony.
The woman looks
똑같네 그냥. 뭐 별 다를 게 없네. 난 결말이라도 뭐가 달라질 줄 알았어. 소름 한번 올려보라고. 소름? 소름이 괜찮나? 소름? 예언자로 만들어준다고? 소름 이제 4까지밖에 못 올리는데? 게임이 스포일러 아니냐고요? 몰라요. 야, 이제 이 옷은 뭐 이제 바지를 입어도 진짜 개변태 같다. 내 눈 보호를 위해서 바지라도 입어야겠어. 내 눈 보호를 위해서 바지라도 입어야겠어. 이제 드디어 시체를 가기 전에 그 역해가 금발 역해가 있는지 보고 와야겠다. 킴? 너 혹시 킴에 꼴리니? 일어났네? 오케이. 헬로우. 헬로우? 너 일어난 게 아닌데? 누구냐? 누구세요?
the worker isn't a deep.
눈 아파 이 새끼야. 열렸다. 헬로우.
A thin man is. As you step in, he nods to. Okay, it's definitely not his name.
안녕하신가,
Whatever you do,
쉔쉔.
Please don't call him.
몇 가지
our ancestor.
질문이 되겠습니까?
The man
경험치 어디다
puts his
쓰냐고요?
cup
스킬
down
포인트요.
and replies something. His left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles, and it's almost like music, especially.
돈 가져도 아무 말도 안 하네?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
it's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is...
The kobold, it leads to a side building. The door does not.
안 움직이네? 눈 나가 있나 보러 가야겠다. 아니 근데 2층 가는 거 정도는 씨발 로딩을 좀
The door is. The door is closed. This door still. The lieutenant gives you. Still, the lieutenant.
없군 제 얘기를.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray. The living.
장초
Your
좋지.
mesolimbic reward pathway. Who knows what you are? How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual.
장초 없네. 이런
You should
개발.
look for a whole cigarette.
최선을 다해 해야겠어.
Good. Plus, smoking them.
오케이. 비켜봐. 비켜봐 좀.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, still not happening. It won't cut your hands.
다 실패. 아유 지랄한다 그냥. 둘 중 하나 성공하지. 성공 좀 하면 안 되냐?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. Your hands, however skillful, can't manage this task. Still.
에이 씨발 그냥 갈란다. 에이 개새끼. 킬칠하기 경이 몰래 할 일이 있나요? 자러 나올 때 몰래 하세요. 오 꿀팁. 에이
Can I help you?
에이 실비랑 얘기해봤어. 찡끗.
God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
아니 이거 번역 씨발. 회전목마 뭔데 씨발로마. 주지목마 뭐냐고.
Of course you do. This was your plan all along. This is how you...
Wonderful.
It is. It's...
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel. Huh?
Yeah, this feels right. It feels wise. Good setup. Now speak the real
젤마서는 회전목마를 타면서 즐기다가 억지고 다니기엔 너무 느긋하다 싶으면 물주 하나 찾아 눌러왔는 거지.
Does it mean you talk to her?
shit. What else do you need?
글쎄 지말라는 온갖 남정네들과 회전목마를 타고 다닌다더라. 좀 존나 즐겁다는데? 이주지 저주지 돌아다니면서 막히는 상황을 좀 묘사한다. 미친 이게 뭐야?
He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
망가진 대학 깃털 예수작이었구나. 너도 그 회전목마의 일부였던 거지.
Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation.
아 좋아요. 쥐리 까마더 레드 좋아요.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there.
10년 동안 못 들어가봤다고?
Wondering about it is, of course,
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk.
he's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's
Fine, okay, a little. But so I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals. Yes. Yes. Have you got it? A lot. For the room? Yes.
그건 어떻게 모아 씨발.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme.
아이
Used
백화점은
in everything,
진짜 존무이키야 저리
from
꺼지라고.
clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or, the sentiment is called, "It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota." Evening falls. The vows are blurred and flesh. Lower intestine, the term fascism, Brota.
근데 파시즘이 뭐지?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachel's problems?
외국인, 자본가, 빨갱이, 자유주의자. 이런 거는 이제 빅토리아 시리즈를 하면 외국인은 별 문제 없어. 자본가? 공장 진짜 족같이 지음. 자본가가 문제다.
Yes, them, but also
이게 그냥 순환이 있다니까? 이 빡대가리 새끼들이 범선 공장을 지어. 그게 장사가 되겠냐고. 지금 다 전기선 타는데. 그러면은 공장이 망해. 그럼 나라 경제가 좀 망해. 그럼 빨갱이가 생겨.
women.
어?
Women, men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
저거를 개집년들은 집에서 밥이나 해야 돼. 이지라고 있다 얘.
That's what fascism
지가구만.
boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo
하지만 난
need
페미니스트
to know
아니야.
their place.
난 관심 없어 그런 거.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
레바솔의 무궁화한 영광을 위하여.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the woo men too often. That's why
됐다.
you're
이게 파시즘이 떴다고? 잠깐만, 나 이거 싫은데?
Of course you are, Bruta. Of course.
으악! 이거 아니야. 나 싫어. 파시즘이 될 바에는 빨갱이가 되겠어.
The theme on that clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting, it comes from the center. It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota. Evening, the vows, lower into fascism, Brota. Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Yes, women. That's what fascism boils down to. Stomach truth. You're having, because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things.
파시즘은 저 어감이 너무 안 좋은데? 좀 다르게 부르면 안 될까? 전통주의자라거나 씨발 지랄을 해.
Okay, that sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
지랄하네 씨발.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views. There's a slow, painful. It is one of betrayal.
잠깐만. 아니 그냥 얻어도 상관없는 건가? 얻어도 상관없는 건가? 아 씨발 궁금해. 아이 존나 가끔씩 어떤 게임은 막 뭐냐 파시즘 막 뭐냐 그 얻으면은 막 공산주의 못 얻고 막 자본주의 못 얻고
It's
그러지 않나?
clear you like the hard stuff. Lower into fascism, bro. You're going to keep your views right for the nation. Smart. Of course you are.
아 연구 안 하면 상관없다고? 아니야. 나는 파시즘 아니야.
Hello again, sweetie.
멋쟁이 돈이 필요한데요. 멋쟁이 이제 돈 좀 줄 수 있나요?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
제 입장에서 이런 말 하는 건 쉽지 않습니다. 그래도 좀 동아줄이 끊어지기 직전입니다. 아무리 적은 돈이라도 도움이 필요해요. 도움이 필요해요.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but
할머니
this
고마워요.
to pawn. Just I tied you up.
Wonderful. He has a
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering. The Saint-Baptiste dinghy
어머, 이
races
기아
were
저리가!
conceived as a biennial. The 33 races, on the other hand, were plagued by controversy over performance.
It's easy. You bring a valley, cross the plaza, and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a ship
할머니,
nestled
돈이
against an
생기면
old
갚겠습니다.
stone facade. That's the pawn
할머니
shop.
돈 생기면
An old
제가
friend of my
갚겠습니다.
husband's
걱정
lives
마십시오.
there often. Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose.
제가 갚겠습니다, 할머니. 할머니 제가 갚겠습니다. 아니 생각해봐. 할머니가 살인마가 있는 곳에서 불안하게 살기, 아니면은 유능한 형사가 돈을 얻어서 빠르게 사건을 해결해가지고 살인마 없는 동네 속내에서 살기. 당연히 후자 아님? 완벽하다 완벽해. 자, 에이!
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid,
같이
then
생겼다
this is
씨발.
it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness. Like
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno.
Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up.
짭새!
Throwing rocks.
짭새!
shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy I mean drugs.
쿠너
The kids
성
on
바뀌었다
drugs.
막 전에 뭐 나오지 않았어? 난 근데 몰라가지고.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno.
옷소리 원본 좀 찾아볼까?
You see Kuno's familiar shape.
Slot's dead. Kuno's got this.
Then this gremlin.
Throwing rocks.
아닌 것 같은데? 원래 쿠너 목소리가 어떤 거지? 파이너컷 말고.
This shit's cold.
오리지널 보이스. 1년 전.
Get the f out of here, face! You got something? Talk to me! Oh, get your ass
by the Kuno. Can't talk, pig. She's coming up strong, throwing rocks. Don't be traumatizing her. Get the f out of here.
Get the fuck out of
What's going on there? Are you trying to pull, pig?
Hey, I'm Dot. I just finished recording the voices for Kuno for Disco.
No, can't talk, pig. She's coming up strong, throwing rocks.
어투 때문에 더 빡치네 씨발.
You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no
너희
reason
둘 형제니?
The fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
아니 언제 그런 말 했어 씨발아.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
이 새끼도 빡치는데? 이 새끼도 빡치는데 씨발 이상하다.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in
Kuno.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
Told you, pig bacon. Kuno doesn't do regional. Kuno's been to places you wouldn't dream of. Fucking Mesk. Or, I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a...
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You
사이버펑크라고요?
wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City.
Kuno City, Night City, Night City.
That's it. And it's not lame.
나펑에서 빡쳤다고. 아.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get
Bitch.
the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the Pope. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That's it.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a fagari now. Whatever that.
You're testing Kuno's
Get lost.
뭐야? 호모 새끼는 왜 뻑은 그대로 나오면서 호모 새끼는 왜 검열당한 거 같지?
Kuno's Kuno pig?
Kuno bitch.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective.
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person.
쿠노는 한 명뿐이야.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
개새끼야!
Help! He's digging his dick